Today we are going to go through 5 personal finance rules जो आपकी ज़िंदगी बदल दे and also wealth building में मदद करे. There is one common problem in life whenever we go to invest. Let it be fixed income like FD or money back plans which give around 7 to 8% return or 10%. While investing, we always start calculating in how many years our money will get double, or in 20 years how much the money will be. Then either you sit down with your pen, paper and calculator, start calculating, or you believe whatever the bank person has to tell and you just invest. Now here comes the rule of 72. Let's understand it in details. Now imagine you're investing in a FD that gives approx 7% return. Now you have to divide 72 by 7, which will give a result of 10.3. That means your money will be doubled in 10 years. A standard disclaimer for this rule: this rule works the best with moderate interest rate anywhere ranging from 4% to 14%. By the way, अगर कोई आपको 14% से ज़्यादा रेगुलर इंटरेस्ट देने का प्रॉमिस कर रहा है तो दाल में कुछ काला है. So let's move forward to understand rule number 2, 100 minus age rule. This one is very common. Either you must have asked someone like your friend's family, or they must have asked you that how much to invest in gold, in debt funds, real estate, stocks or mutual funds. There comes this rule, 100 minus age rule. Let's understand it in details. Taking an example of my age, that is 28, we are going to do 100 minus 28, which is equals to 72. So I should invest approximately 72% of my wealth into equity and the rest 28% in other asset classes. Situation is on assumption that you don't have a lot of liabilities. Also, you haven't taken a lot of loans. So with this we can understand that every individual is going to need a different financial plan, but this concept of 100 minus age gives you a general understanding of how much to invest in equity and how much shall you invest in other asset classes. It is believed that if your age is low, you have more risk appetite as your responsibilities are less. Before we move on to the next rule, I'm going to quickly read out the disclaimer. These are general financial rules and are not financial advices. These are academic created rules, not like you cannot use these rules to plan your personal finance, but sometimes there are situations that can change your conditions to these rules. But एक चीज तो मानना पड़ेगा, that these rules will educate you on how to become a smart investor and have a good control over your personal finances. Moving on to rule 3, this is a famous one, 50-30-20 rule. This is quite a popular rule. Many of you must have already been using this rule or heard about this rule. So this rule tells us that whatever is your take-home income, like the money you get from your salary or business income, even freelancing, the total income needs to be divided into 3 parts in the ratio of 50, 30 and 20. Let's understand this with an example. You earn 60,000 every month. Now put away 50% of 60,000, which is 30,000 for your basic needs like ration, phone bill, internet, family needs, rent, electricity and etc. So this 50% is for your basic needs. Your basic needs should not exceed 50% of your salary. You need to plan your needs expenses accordingly. Next is 30%. In this case, your salary is 60,000, 30% of 60,000 is 18,000. This 18,000 is for fulfilling your wants like going on a party, holiday, you need to buy clothes, shopping for family. This 30% of your salary should cover all your wants. You should not avoid spending this 30% on your lifestyle, because we need to understand one thing, mental health bhi zaruri hai. Last comes the 20%. 20% of 60,000 is 12,000. This is the money that you need to save. I mean, you must save. Now that you have saved this 20%, you are going to put some money in your bank and the rest you are going to invest. So roughly you can tell that you're going to invest about 5 to 10% of your income every month. Only saving and not investing is not a good combination. So you must save and invest and let the financial magic happen to you. Here is rule number 4. 6x emergency fund. This rule basically tells that you should keep 6 times the money you need for covering your monthly basic needs like rent, kids' education, ration and other regular use things. Let's imagine your monthly basic needs require rupees 20,000. That is going to be 20,000 into 6, which is equals to 1,20,000. This emergency fund is not to be touched, as no one can predict the worst that can happen. I am not telling you to keep this money in your savings account, which just gives around 2 or 3% return. Instead, you can keep them in an FD that has no lock-in period and you can take out the money at any point you want. Also, did you know this secret that you can get about 5 to 6% returns on your savings account as well? For that, you need to talk to your banker and let them know that you know about the auto sweep option. With this, your savings account will also yield 5 to 6% interest, just like an FD. कमाल का है ना? अच्छा लग रहा है तो लाइक करो, सब्सक्राइब करो और शेयर भी करो. Now comes the final rule, Rule 5. To start with Rule 5, you need to understand this another problem. Either we have come across this situation or we are going to come across this situation. That is, how much should we invest in our insurance, especially the life insurance? To solve this problem, here comes Rule 5, 20x insurance rule. This rule is pretty simple. It tells that you should take 20 times your annual salary worth of a policy. Let's understand this with an example. Let's consider your annual income is 6 lakh rupees. 6 lakh into 20 is 1 crore 20 lakh rupees. So now you know that you should opt for 1 crore 20 lakh rupees worth of a policy as your life insurance.